Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. So today, instead of our regular analysis video, since we have a long weekend, I thought I'll record some educational videos. So one of the video is something which I've been always mentioning in my analysis video, and you know, it's been a long time that I was planning to record this, but I couldn't so far. But now I thought, since we have a long weekend, I should record this. So this is not an ordinary video or not an ordinary information that I'm sharing, because in my last 3 years of journey in stock market, I have watched hell lot of YouTube videos, and if I have to tell someone that I'm successful at the moment, the one of the reason could be that I have stopped watching others YouTube videos, because now I understand how to analyze the market uh, on my own, and I really do not need anyone's support to analyze the market. So definitely the knowledge is not it's not over yet. So there are a lot of other things that we should be learning. So I definitely focus on learning something else which I do not know. But to analyze the charts and analyze the entries and my exit points, and if the market is bearish or bullish or it is in a sideways uh, mode, whatever it is, I analyze the way that I'm going to teach you in this video. So there is nothing like you have to attend my paid courses to know this information like the others do. There's nothing like that. The only thing is, even I do paid courses, but this topic, mainly Dow theory as a whole, so my paid courses have a little lengthier information, but the information that I'm going to share in this particular video is not the complete Dow theory, but what I use in analyzing the chart is something which I'm sharing, because I think instead of knowing a lot of things, it is always better you know the crisp about how to use this particular theory. So we will be talking about Dow theory, and this only one theory is enough for you to mainly do the entire analysis on the chart. So with this theory, what are the things that we are going to learn is something that I'm going to show you. The first thing that we're going to learn is how to identify the trend. So just imagine this is only one theory that you're going to learn, and there are three different things that we are actually going to learn from it. So the first being identification of the trend. So before even you start analyzing any particular instrument or any particular stock, the first thing that you need to know is what is the current trend of that particular instrument. Second is, once you identified the trend, second you need to have support and resistance levels, so that you know when to go long and when to exit the long positions, and when to go short and then when to exit those short positions. And you may also see certain areas where I call it as a confusion zone, which I generally tell people during my analysis that this is a no trade zone. So if you see Nifty or Bank Nifty or any other stock for that matter, if you see within that area, you are not supposed to trade, because bulls and bears both will fight at that area, and it may create a lot of volatility and confusions, uh, you know basically hurting the intraday players during that period. So we are going to identify all these things in just by learning one theory. And then finally, we are going to learn this on an intraday time frame, and it will be exactly the way I analyze my chart for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So once you watch this video today, and automatically from the upcoming analysis video that I'm going to post, you will automatically understand that yes, so Robin is marking these levels based on the theory that he taught in the video, because I still follow the same thing and I'll be following the same thing in my entire life, because this is something which have already been helpful for me and it is a successful kind of an analysis, so I would never want to stay away from it. And so though we are going to learn the intraday time frame, but you can analyze this on any time frame. It could be 5 minutes to 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, anything. Okay, so that's the intro of this particular theory. So let's directly jump into it. So the first thing, as I mentioned, the first thing that we are going to learn is about identification of the trend. So Charles Dow, so he was the one who invented the famous Dow theory. You can definitely Google, or there are books on Dow theory. You can go and learn whenever you have a free time. But other than that, what is important and what is something that we need in our daily analysis is something which we have, or rather I have extracted from it. So he's considered as father of technical analysis. Okay, I'm not going to go deeper into who is Charles Dow. So let's focus in learning more. So he says that there are two type of trends in the market. The one is primary and the second one is secondary. So what is primary? So when he says primary and secondary, he's talking about trend. So primary trend and secondary trend. So primary trend can be judged by series of tops and bottoms, also known as price swings. So I'm sure a lot of new ones would also be watching this video. So for people who do not know what is a swing, so we all know that market doesn't move like this, or market doesn't move like this. Okay, so we all know that market always makes a movement something like this. So while going up, market makes a move like this, or while coming down, it moves something like this. Okay, so this is how the market moves. So when we talk about swing, this low, this high, and this low, so it completes one swing. And when do you know that it completes one swing is when it breaks this particular high, is when you know that this was my first swing. So this entire low, high, and low is my first swing. Okay, so this is something I mentioned because the newbies may or may not understand what is a swing. So this is known as a swing. So this is my first swing and this is my second swing. Similarly, in a downtrend, this is my first swing and this is my second swing. So whenever a swing high or a low breaks, it tells you the price action, like what the actual trend is. So that is the reason it is very important to understand what is a swing. So when he says primary trend, so what is a primary trend? So if I see that market is moving like this, so anyone would say that market is in an uptrend. Okay, and secondary, so what is the secondary trend? Trend within the primary trend, correction in bullish primary trend and pullback in a bearish primary trend. So I'll tell you what exactly it is. So first we understood that this is in an uptrend. So the drawing that I've done, this is in an uptrend and this is my primary trend. So my primary trend is uptrend. So whenever the market is moving higher and whenever it is showing this sort of a correction, so while moving higher, it is also coming lower. So this is my secondary trend. This one, this one. So all the corrections in the swings while moving higher is known as the secondary trend. So that's why I've mentioned correction in bullish primary trend is known as secondary trend. And similarly, when the price is coming down, so we have identified that the price is in a downtrend. So this happens to be my primary trend and downtrend. And in this downtrend, we have seen this pullbacks. So this pullback is my secondary trend. So why do we have to understand that what is my primary trend and secondary trend is? You might have always heard from people that trade the trend. So why do we need to trade the trend? Is because, see, in a downtrend it is always better you take short positions, and in an uptrend it is always better you take long positions. Because what happens is sometimes the uptrend or the downtrend may be so severe that if you try and enter in a pullback mode, and the market may rise or fall sharply, hitting your stop losses. And if it is specifically any particular stock, it may rise or fall so suddenly that your stop loss may also get skipped at times, and you may have to exit in much higher or a lower price. So that is one of the foremost reason why people say that always trade the trend. But yes, people do take trades even in the pullback or maybe in the correction, but certainly it's not advisable. But once you are well versed with your trading, you can definitely go for it, but it is not advisable. So I hope now things are clear. Like and as a part of identification of trend, we learn that there is something which is known as a primary trend, and there is something which we call it as a secondary trend. So I hope things are clear. I'm just moving to the next slide. Okay, so the next one, okay, I'm just showing you an example here. So this is Nifty daily chart, and like we learned in the identification of trend, see, we have series of tops and bottoms like this. Okay, so this is clearly an uptrend. So how is the price moving? It is moving something like this. Okay, making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so whenever we see this correction, this is my secondary. However, the primary trend is uptrend. So what happens in an uptrend? So again, just to give a small idea for people who are new, should understand. So what happens in an uptrend is price makes higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so higher high and higher low means something like this. So the high is shifting higher and the low is also shifting higher. And similarly, in a downtrend, the price makes lower high and lower low. So this is my lower high and lower low. So this is one of the price formation to understand the trend. So I hope things are clear. Now let's move further. So the now next thing that we're going to learn is support and resistance. So we learned how to identify the trend using Dow theory. Now with the same theory, we are going to learn how to mark support and resistance. Because if you see, people like they kind of teach you different forms of technical analysis. So they tell you, support resistance as a different topic, then identification of a trend as a different topic, then they teach you channels, they teach you trend lines, and a hell lot of things. So definitely those things are important. I'm not saying that they are not, but it is always better if you can stick to a plan of analysis so that it becomes easier for you to analyze yourself, because each and every time you learn new things and you have to implement, and you have to implement and then experiment, so there are a lot of struggles that you have to go through. But this is one of the easiest forms which I've been using it for past 2.5 years. Since the time I have learned it, this is the only thing that I'm doing continuously. So now the second part is support and resistance. So price in an uptrend, what happens is when price is in an uptrend, price will obviously form higher highs and higher lows as per Dow theory. So just now we discussed it. So what are we supposed to do? Mark all the higher lows as per the theory, and this becomes your support line or support area in the market. So what does that mean? I just draw and show it as an example. So price is making higher highs. So what you have to do is you just have to keep on marking the lows as your support. So this becomes your S1, this becomes your S2. Likewise, so till the time the price is making higher highs, you keep on marking the lows of the price. So when price is reversing from the higher levels, these support will act as buying areas. And if you have shorted the market, it can be your target area or even a trend reversal area. Okay, so what I'm exactly saying, so trend reversal area is something which we'll discuss in the last part. Right now, let's see the other two things. So buying area and exiting area. So what does that mean is, I'm just drawing it once again. Okay, let's do it on a whiteboard. Okay, so this is how the price is moving, making higher highs. Okay, so I have marked this as a support. I have marked this as a support. So now, imagine that you want to take a position and you have already missed the opportunity, and now you're waiting for a fresh opportunity to take a long positions. So we cannot directly enter in a particular place. We have to wait for the right price. So what could be the right price? Definitely the support area. Okay, so imagine that the price is coming back to the support area, and here is where you may plan to go long, and then the price may continue to go higher. So this is one of the point I have discussed. And the second thing is, imagine that we are planning to short the market. So you did some sort of an analysis, and there is a double top formation here, and you have supports here, and because of this double top, you have taken a position here and you want to know the exit point. So definitely your exit point will be the first support. So here is where I would exit if I have taken a short position here. So what have we learned so far is, we have learned to identify the trend. We know the support that is created in the market, and with this support we can also plan a buying area, or we can plan a buying with this particular area, or if we are shorting the market at the top for looking at some other prospect, like maybe a double top, or if it is following any particular trend line and it has broken it, then you definitely need a target. So this areas act as a target. So imagine next time it is taking a bounce here and it is further giving a breakdown, obviously we'll short again here. And what will be next target? Definitely this place. So every time you don't have to do a new analysis, or you don't have to mark a new support or resistance. Just these lines are enough for you to carry on your positions. So I hope these things are clear. Now let's look at the downtrend. Okay, so okay, one moment. Yes, so price in a downtrend. So when price is in a downtrend, it will obviously form lower highs and lower lows. Mark all the lower highs as per the theory, and this becomes your resistance line or resistance area in the market. When price is reversing from the lower levels, these resistance will act as a selling area. If you're long in the market, can be a target area or a trend reversal area. So exactly the same example for downtrend. So we discussed that, while the price is making higher highs, we'll be marking all the higher lows, which will be a support. So similarly, when the price is coming down, what are we going to do is we'll be marking all the lower highs. So these lower highs becomes our resistance. Okay, so let's do something like this: R4, R3, R2, R1. So whenever, like, if you see that there is a reversal which is happening, maybe something like this, a double bottom, and you want to go long here, so definitely your first target will be this place. So then if the price continues to go higher, definitely we'll take another entry here, and my second target would be this place. So the idea is we don't have to depend on pivot points, or we don't have to depend on the CPR. So people come up with a lot of support and resistances: Cambrella resistance, Cambrella support, Fibonacci levels, pivot points, whatnot. So I'm not saying those things are wrong. Definitely they are absolutely right, but those are a form of indicator which people are still dependent on. So while we can do it our so we can do it by ourselves, so why do you really want to depend on an indicator? So that is the one of the reason why I stick to price action rather than depending on indicators and other forms of trading. So I hope these things are clear, and definitely when it is in a downtrend, we will also look for shorting opportunities. So this is the best place to short the market, because if it has gone up here, then it will definitely fall down until this place, and then it may go higher. So this becomes my short entry point, and this becomes my target. So one form of analysis, and you can do a lot of things with this. So I hope things are clear until here. And so we understood what happens in an uptrend, what happens in a downtrend, how do we mark the support and resistance. So when price is in an uptrend, we mark all the higher lows, this becomes our support. And if you see price coming down, we mark all the highs, and that becomes our resistances. So now we talk about intraday analysis and entries. And while talking about intraday analysis and entry, I'm going to speak about the reversal area, because this is what is the crisp of this Dow theory. Because you may see people talking about Dow theory and showing you formation of higher highs and higher lows, but the reversal area and the entries and exits, and avoiding trading on a particular area, is something that I'm going to discuss now. And this is something which I'm stating that you may not get that easily in the YouTube world. So for intraday trade, mark the levels discussed in the earlier slides, whatever we discussed so far, on a 15 minutes time frame. So this is what I follow. Identify the trend in 15 minutes time frame again. So the first thing that we're going to do is we'll identify the trend to see if it is forming higher high and higher low, or is it forming lower high and lower low? So that means basically uptrend or downtrend. So you may just put a 15 minutes time frame, do a little zoom out, watch 4-5 days how a particular stock or index is performing. You will automatically understand if it is in an uptrend or a downtrend. So first you do that, and then if it is in a downtrend, we will mark all the swing high like we discussed earlier. And similarly, if it is in a uptrend, we will mark all the swing lows. So these levels will give us entry point and reversal area of the trend. So now this is going to be the last section of this video and the most important one. So what happens in an uptrend? So I'm going to show example both in uptrend as well as downtrend. Okay, so this is my uptrend. So price is forming higher highs and higher lows. So this is one of my support, this is my other support, this is my support. Okay, now we know that the market has gone higher, and now we are looking or waiting for short opportunity. So now imagine the price will start losing momentum once it is just moving higher and higher. It may form a top something like this, and then it may again go somewhere like this. Okay, so now you have a swing low. So I mark this place, and now we saw that it is making the same high and now coming down. So this will act as a double top. Okay, so this is one of the chart formation. So double top is a bearish reversal pattern. So imagine that we took an entry here. So my immediate target is this point. Okay, so this is something which we already discussed. Now the most important thing, what is my reversal area? See here, the price is slightly changing its trend, but it could be a short-term downtrend, but it is not that it is changing its primary trend. Okay, so when we are talking about reversal area means we are actually changing the primary trend. So from primary uptrend, there is a possibility that we may go back to primary downtrend. Okay, so that is what reversal means. So what is that place where the reversal area occurs? So I usually teach people, and I've seen a lot of people getting confused. So I'll tell you the easiest way of identifying it. So till the time you are marking the higher lows, so every higher low that you mark, the previous higher low becomes your trend reversal area. Okay, keep this in mind. So for every higher low that you are marking, previous higher low becomes your trend reversal area. Okay, so I hope this is clear. This is the best way of explaining this. So in this case, this was my first support, this was my second support, this was my third, and I have marked a fourth one here. So this becomes my trend reversal area. So if I see price breaking this, definitely I'm going to take a short entry, because here I just took a short entry believing that it is a correction, but here I'll take the short entry believing that it is a trend reversal. So I hope this is clear. And then I talked about something, that there will be a place where you are not supposed to trade, and let's discuss what is that. Okay, so when I say you're not supposed to trade, imagine that the price has formed double top and you took an entry here and you have exited here. Now what happens, since it is coming down for the first time on the support, definitely buyers would enter here. Okay, and since it has formed a double top, that means there is a short-term resistance here. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's quickly clear this off and do it once again. Okay, so it is going higher and higher. Now there is a double top here. We have a support line here. Okay, and this is my trend reversal area. Okay. Okay, so we have marked here also. So let's keep this as a reversal area because we have a support here as well. Okay, so I'm just deleting this. Okay, so this is my trend reversal area. So imagine that a lot of sellers would have shorted here. Okay, and since a lot of buyers would have missed taking entries, they are waiting for it to come back to the support so that they can take an entry. Okay, so this entire area becomes a no trade zone, and when it becomes a no trade zone is once it has formed a double top and it has come down here and we have seen some buying here. So that doesn't mean that you have to take a buy entry also here. So when will we take the buy entry is the actual buying would come only when we clear this area. Okay, then the price would again start forming higher highs, because now what will happen, buyers will enter here and sellers would enter here, and this entire area becomes something like this, sideways and volatile. Hence what we do is either we wait for this particular top to break or we wait for the trend reversal area to break, and if this breaks we'll definitely go short, and if this breaks we'll go long. So I hope things are clear, and we will quickly check this out for downtrend also so that it becomes another example and things would be much more clear. So in a downtrend, the price is forming lower highs and lower lows like this, and you have been continuously marking the resistance here. So let's quickly mark the resistances here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when I've marked this one, so let's say this is R4, R3, R2, R1. Okay, this R2 becomes my reversal area. Okay, so this is what I mentioned, like whenever you're marking these supports, so if you're standing here or the price is standing here, this becomes your reversal, and similarly when the price is coming down and if the price is standing here, this becomes your reversal. So in this case, this R2 becomes a reversal area. So if price crosses this place, then the price has changed its trend from downtrend to uptrend. This is what I wanted to explain. So imagine that the price is forming a W pattern here and it is breaking this. Okay, so I usually suggest people that do not enter in this zone, because we may see sellers here and we may see buyers here, and there would be some selling pressure even at this place, since we have already made a swing high here. So whenever you enter in this place, so the last support and the second last support, which acts as a reversal, okay, within this area this becomes a no trade zone. Because of the buyer and seller confusion, we may see a huge volatility and sideways, and this may a lot of time hit stop losses, especially in Bank Nifty. So that is one of the reason why I say you should not be trading within this particular place. So but this is a very good place for option sellers. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So all that you need to know from Dow theory is you first identify the trend. So I'm just summarizing it up. Okay, the first thing that we learned is identification of the trend. identification of trend. And the second thing that we learned was support and resistance. And the third thing that we learned is whenever we are marking the support and resistance, we identify a reversal area and a no trade zone. So once again, I'm just drawing this up so that there is no more confusion. So in an uptrend, we are marking these supports. Okay. So this is the last support that I've marked. So this becomes my reversal area, and this area is my no trade zone. And similarly, when I'm marking resistances, this is my reversal area, and if you see price coming higher here, this becomes my no trade zone. So this is all about it. I hope this information was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. Do let me know in the comment section how you liked it, and if you have any questions, then also post it in the comment section, and I shall definitely give a reply to it. And trust me, follow this, you will love it, because this is what I do on a daily basis. And from Monday, whenever I mark these levels, you will automatically understand that this is how I analyze. So I hope you enjoyed this learning, and tomorrow I'm planning to make a video on making an automated Excel to for the participant wise open interest. The sheet that I use, instead of me sharing that sheet to you, I thought let's make a video on how to make that sheet from the scratch, from downloading that data from NSE website and then doing it all on ourselves. So this would be an interesting video because it can also be a learning in Excel for some people, and definitely I'm sure you all will enjoy watching it. So tomorrow I'll record that and post it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I make difference in people's trading. Let's meet in another video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.